Okay, for this video, it's going to be mainly for people that are in the early game. But for this video, I'm going to be showing people how to farm in the early game, PvE and PvP. It doesn't matter. Mainly PvE because that's the way you're going to farm to be better at the game. If you're early game, definitely for you. If you're late game, you may learn a thing or two. But yeah, I'm just going to enter the video because it's going to be like 20 minutes. But everything in this video will definitely benefit you. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, because it's going to benefit late game and early game people, is the gear. The gear is the main thing that you need to know because a lot of people actually don't know. So if I go to the shop and go to the PvP gear, there's all types of PvP gear depending on where you are in the story. If you're a late game in the story, you have the red. If you're mid, you have gold. And if you're like early, you have like the purple. If you wanted to upgrade, for example, if I wanted to get this one for 30,000 and I already own 14,000, the 14,000 one, this can be upgraded to that in no time. But I would need 15k in that currency. Even though it says I need 30,000, I just need 15,000. That's what I need. And you're probably thinking, how would I get the extra 15,000? Well, if I go to one of my characters, I'll go to Nyx, for example. She has a gold one, right? Let's say I wanted to upgrade this to the better gold one, as I just showed you. This cost 14,000. So if I unequipped it, go to the flashback, go to gear, dismantle, the gear will be there. People may say, well, I don't want to dismantle a gear, I'll just lose all the materials. No, you won't lose the materials. I'll get everything I invested into this gear, I'll get it back, and then the currency for the item itself is 14k. The price doesn't go down once you've bought it. So once you buy something for 14,000, you can sell it for 14,000. So that way you can progress through the game by buying a gear, using it, and selling it back to the shop. So again, I'm not going to sell it for this video because I actually need this. But if I wanted to buy the stronger one for 30,000, I could just sell this once I get 15,000, 16,000, and then sell it, get the 14,000. It will give me 30,000. Then I could just buy the higher version. So yeah, this would help you throughout the game. If you're anywhere in the game, if you're trying to get red armor, purple armor, this would be a good idea. So if you want purple armor, you sell the blue. If you want gold, you sell the purple. If you want the gold, you sell the gold. And if you want the red, you sell the gold. That's how you do it. And you would fly through the game so quickly. A lot of people don't know that from what I've seen in the game. So that's just one way that could help you. Another way what can help you is the runes. These runes would definitely help you in the game because they're the thing that makes your character strong. I'm not going to get into the exclusive ones because the exclusive ones for another day. But if you're trying to get the gold ones, again, if you're early game and you're trying to get the gold ones, how do you obtain the gold ones easily? I can show you. You probably know where to farm these. So I'm going to go to the place where you farm them. Here, you farm them here. Everyone knows what this is. The Celestial Trials, you farm them and then you get them. How do you farm it correctly if you're in the early game? The early game, you want to farm the highest one. You want to farm where you're meant to farm. You want to farm the highest one. The reason why you want to farm the highest over the one you're meant to, because the one you're meant to is going to require, maybe it's going to say, hey, you need a Mystifier team, or you need a Ethereal team, or you need this, you need that. And then in order for you to get these, you have to progress in the game slowly. But what you should do is farm the highest one you can farm. So let's say, for example, this is 28. The reason why I can farm this because I have a good team for this and I have Nyx. If you're trying to farm this, let's say you're a Val team, you've started this game, you're a Val team because the Val teams are like the easiest to farm. And everything here is not for me. So I'm getting like Woodland DPS or the Woodland Survival. I don't want that. So I'm not going to farm it. But you should farm it though. The reason why you should farm it because you're going to progress through this in no time because you have multiple copies of that character. And the reason why you have multiple characters or the multiple duplicates of that character is because that's your main team. The more dupes on that character is going to give you an overall base stat that would make you stronger in the game over characters that don't have duplicates. And the more dupes you have, or the character is going to be stronger to make you push through the floors quite quickly. So this is floor 28 and they give me rewards, right? These are the rewards at the bottom. We're not talking about exclusive, so just get that out of the way. We're not talking about exclusive. These are all exclusive. But if you're down to a lower floor, let's say you're early game, right? Let's say you're early game. I'll just say the average person's probably stuck on like 15 on most of their floors. Whatever floor you're on, you're going to be probably 15, right? They're not exclusive. They're just there for the character or the character's faction. You should farm this over and over and over again, to the point where your 5 main characters have all gold. And how would they get all gold if this is not what I'm trying to farm? If I farm this and I get this gold, I get this gold one, I get perhaps this gold one, and I get this gold one. And I farm it every single day. I'll get this, I get this, I get this. You want to go back to the flashback, like the PvP gear, go back here, flashback, go to ruins, and then you should sell the gold ones. So you might get a few purples there, and then you can sell the purple ones. So the purple ones cost 40, but the gold ones cost 100. 100 is so much if you're trying to get gear quickly. The reason why it's so much, I could sell like 5 of these, and boom, I get 500 of this currency. And this currency helps you buy gold gear, and it makes you buy gold gear in the places you want to buy them, other than trying to farm your brains out somewhere that you can't farm and slacking and taking more time out of the game. So I'm going to sell this just for example. Actually, no, I'm not going to sell this. I'm going to sell, how much can I get for this? I've got 500. Okay, I got 500 now. Let's say, again, like I just told you, I'm trying to farm and get gold gear. I only got purple. I go to the shop once again, go to the mystery shop, sorry, and go all the way to the celestial shop. And then here's everything what I need to farm. They're all gold, right? Gold here, gold there, gold there. If I wanted to get woodland gear, for example, I want to get woodland reflect, I could buy this once and then I get this chest, and this chest gives me a random. I can't select it, it's random, but at least I get what I want. I might get a duplicate in somewhere that I don't want it, but again, I can sell it, right? I get the duplicate, I don't want it, I sell it for 100. You should spend your currency here. So farm the highest one again and again and again, get relics that you don't want, sell them for 100 each, and buy this to get the relics that you do want. This will help you get 1, 2, 3, 4 on the same character, and then you'll get the overall bonus stat for having 4 of the same relics. And then you do that over and over again until it looks like this. It should look like this in the end. So I go through my characters. Again, I got 4 of these. I got 4 of these, right? So I get the base stat. I get the Emperor, increase attack by 40, and I get the 2. Yeah, this is easy. That's done. I can't get this because it's divine. Divines you can't farm, so let's just take that out of the example. Demon 2, we can take that out of the example. I like building her like this for the armor, but this is how I want to build her. But again, you can get the gold ones. I bought this, and I bought that, and I bought that. I didn't buy the exclusive one because you can't buy the exclusive one, but I was somehow lucky. But yeah, you can buy this and say it like that. This is how you should farm. Again, go farm something that's really high, a really high floor, then sell it and buy the gold ones. And then it should look like this in like 2 days, 2-3 days, it should look like this. Yeah, if you do that in your early game, you will blitz through the game so quickly. So that's one way how you can progress through the game in a matter of no time. Again, in my last video of the Valkyries, if you haven't watched it, I recommend you should watch it. If you give your Valkyries specific items, they'll give you points to the overall Valkyrie place, and over time, when this increases and levels up for whatever level you are, it will level up. You will get more base stats, and it will help you be stronger in the game overall. So again, watch my last video. Give them the correct items. They'll give you more points, and the more points you get is the more overall levels you will get, and then boom, you're high level, and then you can fly through the game. So that's another way you can fly through the game quite easily. Another area that is free to play, this is definitely one of the most important, is the rebates. Hall of Heroes, Oracle Temple, and the Relic Vault. These 3 all have rebates. So we're going to start off with the Relic Place, because the Relic Place is the easier one to explain. So I have 12. If I had 100 of these, then I could buy the red relic, right? You know these red relics that everyone has, these OP ones that could carry anyone through the game. So these here, these are like the relics that run the game, right? These 5 right here. If you buy one of these, you're going to fly through the game so quickly. They're so OP. In order for you to get these, you can spend real money, which is most people don't want to do, or you can get it for free. But if you want to get it for free, it's going to cost you maybe like 3 weeks of your time, maybe a month of your time, if you do it correctly. But if you listen to me now, it's going to be even quicker. So if I wanted to get this sword right here, if I wanted to buy this with no money and just in-game grinding, what I have to do is I have to go to my inventory and save these crystals. These crystals are going to make me get that red relic that I want. And in order for me to get that red relic, I need 100 of these crystals. And once I do get 100, so picture me now, I have 100 of these relics. I go to the relic shop and I don't spend. I do not spend until there's a rebate. If you don't know what a rebate is, it will look like this. There's an event, it's only for 7 days. And when you spend the currency, you get something back in return. So for the Oracle shop, you will get these tokens here. These Oracle coins would allow you to buy a 5-star or a DD from the shop. And when you buy a DD from the shop, it's free because you just spent all your tokens on the rebate. So for the relic one, for example, the relic one's the one we're talking about. If there was one here, they're not going to give you money or in-game currency to buy something. They're going to give you these boxes, and these boxes will look like this. They will look like this, these boxes. You'll get 30 boxes for 100 pulls in the relic vault. When you spend 100, you get 30. The reason why I have 60 because I've done it twice. I need to do it one more time to get 90. Once you've obtained 90 of these, you can buy anyone you want. You could pick the tier hand, you could pick the scales, you can pick the side, you can pick anyone you want because you can pick it. And once you do pick it, you have one of these relics and boom, you're flying through the game because these are insanely OP. So please use your shards, your scrolls on rebates only. There's rebates in the heroes, right here. Again, rebate. I can't spend it now, but you should always spend on the rebate. There's rebates on the common summons, but I'm not going to talk about the common ones because the common ones are, they like farm. They're for you can just farm them whenever. You shouldn't really save on these ones. It doesn't matter. This one here, I wouldn't recommend farming on this. You just use it because you get these like every 4 days. By the time you save these, you're going to be like an old man by then. Do not save these. This is a waste. You might as well buy it. These are for mainly mid spenders and whales. If you want to spend here, this is like a spending area. Here it's like for free to play and whales. You save up and then you can spend. This is just for farming. And the Oracle shop, this is the most important one. These will give you like divine characters that cost a lot of money. To get a divine character from the shop, if real money, it will cost you like $60-$80 really in whatever country you're in. I'm in the UK, so it's going to be like £60 for me to obtain one demon from the event. So yeah, again, always save. Do not use it just because you have it. Another way you can farm to progress you through the game is go to the shop again and go to the guild shop. Make sure you're in a guild. A guild is so important in this game. The guild shop gives you so much coins or currency for you to buy specific characters. So I can get a Merlin, or I can get an Ellie from this shop, or I can get a Solomon, whoever. Yeah, it might change over time. I'm not sure. I'm just talking for the future. It might change. But if you want to get duplicates of whatever character you want, you need to get yourself into a club. And in order for you to get this currency for 60,000, you just have to be in a good club and contribute. That's it. Be in a good club and contribute. That's it. And over time, you'll get 60,000 and you can buy a character. But you're probably thinking, I want to get these blue currency because they're the better characters. So I can get a Bastet or I can get a Doris for 5,000. How would I obtain 5,000? This is individual contribution. If I'm doing really good in my club by doing a lot of damage, then I'll get more points. And if the club is doing all good as a team, so let's say everyone in your club is really strong and you build up in the ranks, you will have the blue currency come to you every week. And every week you will get these blue currencies and then you'll build up. And this blue currency is the most important one in the guild because they give you characters like Bastet, or they give you like Doris or whatever it is. And then you can buy a legendary for 10,000. I've bought him already because I need him. But he's a divine character or divine hero, and he can give you way more stats if you have multiple copies of him or her or whoever it might be. So again, individual contribution I can show you too. If I go to my guild or the guild I'm in, I go to earn rewards. As you can see, I'm rank 10 in my guild. Rank 10 as in the amount of damage I've contributed, I'm not the strongest, so I can't be 1, 2, 3 or whatever. I'm currently 10, but if in your guild, if you are really strong, you should use this. If you go to member results, you can see I am number 10. If I was stronger, I can be more higher in the ranks and get better rewards. Is there ways that you can be stronger in the club? Yeah, there is. You can buy turns every single day. I'd recommend this. If you are really strong and you're competing to be number 1 or number 2, then you should spend a bit of gems and buy these what is it called? Buy these turns or more attempts, and then you can rank up even higher and then be number 1 and get the most rewards, and then yeah, you'll be stronger over time. That's a quick way to be strong. Another way you can be strong, if you go to missions and go to speed up, these will give you every single currency that you need except for the best of the best. They won't give you red crystals, and they won't give you purple gear or whatever. They'll just give you the standard. Over time, this will help you in the game because they give you levels. It gives you all the materials you need. It will give you everything that would help you in the game. And if you spend crystals, maybe like 500, 400, over time, this will help you to get maybe your Valkyrie up, to get the runes up, to get your ascension up, whatever. Over time, this will help you, and it would increase your general level for your general level to be giving you better base stats in game. Yeah, that can also help you. Another thing, this is for the light spenders or the whales. If you go to benefit and go to the daily rewards, when it says claim again, that means in order for you to claim again, you have to spend at least $1 or whatever currency you have to spend the smallest thing possible, the most waste of money possible, like $1, 50 cents, whatever is your currency, to spend something. And how do you spend that currency? If you go to the shop, go to common shop and then daily, you can spend like 99 and then get something for so cheap. This is 99p in my currency, or £1, $1, whatever. You can spend that, and then once you spend it, you go back to the benefits and you can claim it twice. I wouldn't recommend claiming it twice on day 37, but if you are on day 39, day 47, day 54, day 69, day 61, if you do that, you would progress through the game so quickly because you're using that $1 to give you something that will probably cost £5, $5. If I wanted to buy 10 summons, it will probably cost me like $10, right? But I just got 10 summons for $1. So that's the best way for your money if you're trying to be cheap and progress through the game. What else have I explained? Did I explain the mystery shop? I don't think I did. If you want to get this material, these green ascension orbs, if you go to the mystery shop, you can get these for an extremely cheap price. So for 350, I can get this for 140 gems. If I go here, it costs 100 gems for 200 and 100 for 100. Of course, these are a rip-off, and this is obviously the better deal. And I recommend people always go into the mystery shop and trying to have a chance to get this. You may be thinking, well, the reason why it costs that much because it's lucky. Not really. These are quite common. I get this maybe every 2 to 3 attempts of free trials or spinning. I don't buy these for 50. I never buy these. I just wait like 4 hours and then come back and click refresh and then get lucky and buy these. These are not always gems. You can get them with in-game currency too. So you might get 300 ascension orbs for 400,000 in-game currency, or you might get 300 orbs for 70 gems. You might get lucky and get that. This will help you progress through the game because these are making your characters stronger, and when all 5 characters are the same ascension or the same ascend, they will make other characters that you own be the same level as the character that you currently have. So if I go back to my characters, I have 16, 16, 14, 15, 15. But the reason why all these characters are 14 is because she's currently 14. But once she turns 15, everyone will be 15. And in order for me to make a 15, I need, again, that currency what I just mentioned, and I need the other one. If I want to get this gold one here, I can easily farm this everywhere. You can farm this over here. You can farm that in Lost City. Where else can you farm that? I think you can farm that pretty much anywhere in the game. It might be hard to get them all the time, but it's easy to farm them. So yeah, that's one way you can do it. You can buy them too, but they cost like way more than the green ones. What else can help you progress through the game? Oh yeah, I would like to explain this. People are stuck on common because they have the generic team, the Val team. If you're trying to make an easy team to pass this, I'd recommend using Ethereal or Avenger. I'll go to it now. If you're using this team in the common and you're quite mid game, or you might consider yourself late-ish game, then this will get you killed. It is good. I'm not saying they're bad. This is a really good class if you're free to play or a mid spender. But in that specific place, that North Pole place, this will put you behind. The reason why this will put you behind, because this team, the Doomsdayer team, is really strong in there, and they kill you based on how strong your attack is. The higher your attack is, the more damage you will do to yourself. And the Doomsdayer team are the most cancer team in that place I just showed you. And in order for you to kill a Doomsdayer team as an early game player, is either using an Avenger and out healing their damage and just going through the game killing one by one, or you use Ethereal and you kill them. But because these two characters right here, these two, he heals. He's a healer and she's a shield giver. Every time you crit, they'll give either a shield or a heal. Yeah, depending on if you got her twice and if you got him. And they will make you out sustain their damage they will do to you. So this is one of the best characters for common in the northern place. This is one of the best teams, and Avengers is one of the best. Mystifiers, they're okay. If you're free to play, this is a good team for PvP and PvE. Validators, they're good. Yeah, don't get me wrong. They're really good in PvP. They're really cheap to build. The only bad thing about it is that in the PvE, in that section alone, the northern place, this team gets you killed because they're too strong. And because they're too strong, the damage back from the reflect is really high. So yeah, if you want to complete that northern place, I'd recommend uncommon, by the way, not hard, not abyss, uncommon. Get an Avenger team or get a Ethereal team, and then you can easily pass this place here. You can easily pass common. I've completed it already. Yeah, I completed this with Ethereal and Doomsday. I had two teams. I used Doomsday a bit and I used Ethereal, and I just went through this like it was nothing. So yeah, please do that if you're trying to farm this area. This lab thing here, this is probably the last thing I'm going to talk about. If you want to farm this, please do not go on Nightmare just because Nightmare is unlocked. Try to use Nightmare once you've completed hard over and over again. The more time you complete hard is the more stronger you will get. You don't want to go to Nightmare straight away, fail to complete Nightmare, and wait 2 days and waste all the resources. Because in here, in this lab place, it gives you good rewards if you kill the boss and kill the Medusa. And in order for you to kill the Medusa, you need either a Val team or you need a Val team or a Ethereal team. These two teams would easily kill the Medusa because you have the overall buffs in this place. They'll give you like buffs and they do the most damage. And if you do kill the Medusa, they'll give you more resources to push you through the game. So yeah, please stay on hard for a while. And if you complete hard in easy time, I'm talking about if you complete hard without using these healing fountains, if you don't have to use these healing fountains or you don't have to buy these revives, then go to Nightmare. But if you have to use one of these or use these, then please stay on hard until you don't have to use them anymore. And that will be like the green light to move to Nightmare. Because Nightmare is actually easy, but in order for you to be complete Nightmare, you need a good sustain and good relics, stuff like that. And then yeah, you can kill the Medusa. The Medusa can be easily killed by Valinators and Ethereal. The Lost Merchant, again, she's a ripoff. She's obviously lost herself because her prices are ridiculous. Do not buy from her. All of these are ripoff. If you're desperate and you do need like 5 more, I recommend to buy it. But do not spend money here or gems. They're extremely overpriced. And I'd recommend people spending gems elsewhere. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Everything else is just generic. You're going to obviously farm this until you can. You're going to farm Lost City until you can. You're going to farm the Forgotten Lands until you can. So I don't need to run anything about these. They're just obvious. Everything else you should be able to do from this video. Have I left? Oh yeah, I want to talk about these teams quick. It's like a short time. If you're early game, do not use Doomsday. Doomsday will push you back. Everything else is really good. This is really hard to build. I wouldn't build these until you got like these divines. This team is really hard to build. Valinators are the easiest one. If you're free to play or early game, build this. But again, in certain PvE, you'll be behind. Mystifiers, really easy to build. Really basic. It's really strong in PvP and PvE. Ethereal is the best in the game. They're by far the best because they have everything you need in PvP and PvE. And Avengers, to me, they're like one of the best in PvE and PvE for someone that's trying to farm. Not an end game player, someone that's trying to farm. So yeah, that is it. I'll make a video about this, explaining what to do and how to do it. I'll make a video about this. But for now, just use Ethereal and Avengers if you want to pass the game quite quickly. And once you get to late game, you can move on and use something better. So yeah, that's it. I'll make a video about that. But yeah, that's it for farming. I don't really have much to say about farming anymore. That's basically everything. So I hope the video did help. If it did help, please leave a like and thank you.